So after months of waiting, it's finally here. Ranger Academy, the brand new Power Rangers comic book series that'll be dropping, we don't know when. But basically today is Free Comic Book Day and Boom Studios released the issue 0 of Ranger Academy, and I gotta say, I wasn't able to get a copy of it in Australia, but thank you to everyone who reached out to me in Twitter DMs and were offering to buy me a copy and ship one out to me. You guys are awesome. And big special thanks to Boom Studios for sending me a review copy. So Ranger Academy issue 0, or Free Comic Book Day issue, whatever you want to call it, is quite the interesting first impression, because this issue, although it's a Power Rangers comic, it doesn't have any mentions of a Zord. There's no Zords, no morphing, and no brand new original Ranger suit design. So if you're expecting any of that in this issue, well, it's not here. What we do get is sort of bits and pieces of Power Ranger references, such as morphing and the Bandorian monks are spread throughout this issue. But apart from that, this is, for a Power Rangers comic, not a Power Rangers heavy focused issue, which took me by surprise, because how it opens up, I was confused about what I was reading until you find out that the character Sage is just daydreaming that fantasy of being this hero. And it looks like we'll be following an interesting trio of characters, and I gotta say, from what we saw in this issue, I enjoyed the banter, I enjoyed the dialogue, and the back and forth that they have. I think they play off each other really well. Sage being sort of like the look into the reader, who is probably picking up a Power Ranger comic like this for the first time, where they don't know any of that, so they'll be learning about Ranger history once they go to the Academy. And I'm curious to see where the book is going to go once it begins and we actually see the Ranger Academy and who we'll run into, because the name Merrick is brought up, and I am curious to find out, is this Merrick from Wild Force or a totally different Merrick? I guess we'll have to keep reading and find out. But the Bandorian monks were mentioned as well. The Bandorian monks were the people that protected the Zeo crystals, so it's interesting to see them get name dropped in this issue as well. But the other characters, Tula seems like your typical buy the books, follow the rules Ranger or character, which is something you get in Power Rangers. And then we got Mathis, and Mathis is a lot of fun. I think they're a fun character, and I think they're the one carrying the humor and the banter in this issue, and I can't wait to follow these trio of characters as they go to the Ranger Academy, because that cover issue, you see sort of like the Kruger silhouette in the background, so I'm wondering who we're going to run into. Now, the biggest mystery is Sage's father, where they seem to know stuff about the Ranger history, like morphing and that, and what it means to be a Ranger as their heroes. So I'm wondering what their past is about, and if we're going to explore it as the issue goes on, because we don't know when issue 1 is going to come out. I'm speculating it's going to be August or September, but we're going to get our solicitations within a week or two, so we'll find out when this comic is dropping. So keep an eye on that. I'll definitely be talking about it once the news drops, and I'll definitely be covering this comic once it drops. So I'm curious to find out how long it's going to go for, how many issues, and what story it's going to tell, because I'm wondering if this is going to be a brand new series that's going to run alongside the main Mighty Morphin comic. But yeah, I really enjoyed Ranger Academy, and I'm excited to see where it's going to go moving forward, because it ends with Sage sneaking aboard the ship and bringing himself along to Ranger Academy, where Mathis says, hey, we're bringing along a new recruit. So that was a really cool scene at the end. But like I said, I'm curious to see where this comic is going to go moving forward, as Sage is the character, like, sort of peeking into the Power Rangers universe for the first time, because they lived on a remote planet where they had no idea what a Ranger was or what morphing was. So it's cool to see a character learn about this for the very first time and sort of get their perspective on what's good, what's bad, and what they're going to run into when they get to this academy, which is something that I'm curious about as well. Like, what are they going to find at this academy? Is it going to be like the Yu-Gi-Oh! GX or Power Rangers, where they're chilling out at the schoolyard and finding trouble, never looking too far? Like, that's got my, like, curiosity as well. Like, what is going to happen at this academy? Because this thing has been hyped up about Ranger Academy and learning to be a Ranger and stuff like that. So I'm curious to see where the story is going to go once the full series is out. But this series was great. The artwork was really freaking fantastic. This anime-esque style that I loved. But The story was just full of characterization, and I can't wait to read it moving forward and seeing where this is going to go. Because I feel like this was like a really good, strong first impression, but not only that, it was on free comic book day, so hopefully a lot of people pick up this comic and they want to dive into the main Power Rangers series or read the comic as a whole. So that's got me excited as well. But anyway guys, what did you think of Ranger Academy? Have you had the chance to read it? Have you not had the chance to read it? Tell me in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions. With that said, I think I'm going to bring this video to a close. So if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out, take care, bye.